And for everyone who is like Julia, that her two desires, rather three desires she had at that time, are met. There are tons whose desires, even after working with the angels, are not met. Because we think that angels are out there to support and give us everything that we want, etc., and they're not there for that. Because if a child has to learn something by making the effort of getting up and climbing up the stairs, the angels are not going to take away the stairs. So the angels usually do not work with the situation. They work with us in becoming really, really equanimous with the we, by making us accept the situation and by making us see that it's not such a big challenge as we thought it was. And then only once we see that this situation is not a challenge but a blessing. So you came to Canada, you saw that, okay, immigration problem, that English test, which I was so surprised that you were not able to take, because your English was really much better than the other people that I knew were having issues.
It was just not meant to be, I guess.
Yeah, it was not meant, because Canada was not meant for you. Like I always say that if you can, you should always go for states. You can always, like, states is the place which has got opportunities for young people. When you are older, then it's okay to be in Canada, etc. But the point is that you came with three things, and amazingly within that 90 days, those things got resolved. And angels, I saw that when we met, then you also felt, and I also felt that your angel is there and has started to work. So sometimes the angels will give you what you needed, because you had gone over a lot of hurt and pain before that. You had gone through an amazing, through broken engagements and all that. So you had gone through a lot of hurt and pain, and now the universe is saying that you have learned your lesson, and the amount of pain, etc., that we go through, it cleans us up for the next stage. So that's why the angels, they helped you directly. One, after the meditation, you stuck with it. You went for Vipassana. You were one of, like, there were around 100 people that I met. I asked everyone to do Vipassana. No one else went. You went. So after that, and Vipassana is the meditation methodology that gives you the power to focus on breathing for 1 hour. And then as you replaced it with prayer, so the angels felt your efforts, and that's why all the three things that you had asked for got resolved. And now, thankfully, you are in a different stage. You're married, you have all the documentation in states, you have got a job. And whenever such thing happens, that dispute resolution, which is your specialty, people like, you're hired for dispute resolution without experience, it means that the angels and the universe is giving you the go ahead. And of course, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough in the first days, because it's a granular work. And the thing with work is that we think what you said, that, oh, thank you, Tarun, for the meditation, because I'm focused too much on the work, and then meditation brings me back, which is true, Meditation should be making us so strong that we should be able to do any work lightly. Meditation is not meant to replace work. You cannot imagine the number of people who come to me. Even last Thursday, it was the same, that a person is laid off and is saying me from an office job. And he's telling me, Tarun, I want to go now for, basically, for, there are only just 3-4 places where people who don't want to go for an office job. Uh, it's yoga teacher, energy healer, the, or something like, life coach, something that you can pay for $500 and it looks good and sounds good. But these three things, along with real estate agent, does not need any skill at all. So anyone can do this, and anyone can pay something, and anyone called almost even for yoga teacher, because you can pay 2,500 for some of the courses, etc. And you can come out with a certificate, because there is no centralized recognized committee which is checking up on this. So you can get this document, and then it's very easy to do. You can become an energy healer easily through this course. You will easily become an energy healer, because all it needs is you focus on the symbols of God, or on the energy symbol, which is the spiral. Open your heart and send love from your heart or your hands. It's the more you do it, the more you do it, the easier it is. So becoming an energy center, it's very easy. Yoga, yeah, you have to be more disciplined, but most of the yoga is of the physical level, so it's not so difficult for young people. And breathing in and out, and then you pay 2,500, and even that is the first one, and then 5,000-10,000, and people think that they are getting carriers out of it, but they're just losing money. They're just losing money. You don't become a yoga teacher or a energy healer or uh, healer or energy or yoga. These are the three. And sometimes even, like, people, if they don't get a real, then they can get for real. One of the fourth dangerous places I wanted to share with Dula, etc., is like real estate, because it really doesn't need a skill set. If you have a house which is selling for 4 million, and if you put it for 3.5 million, it will sell. No matter whether you put all over the city photographs of yourself, my sales is the best, I do your homework, come to me, don't come to me, whatever the ad line is. So the point is that the homes and apartments, they sell or they don't sell by themselves. And all the real estate agents have got access to the same listing system. That's all that it gives you. So it does need a lot of charm and luck. It does need, because you have, when a person is buying or selling, it's going to be 10 to 30 to even 300,000, depending upon what the house is like. So you have all these houses and these apartments, especially in Vancouver, and it's like 3 to 7% you are making. So the people think of it like, oh, in a year, if I make 10 calls, if I this, etc., but it doesn't happen. I constantly meet with really impacted real estate agents who haven't made any money in years. Yet the lure of having your photograph and this, etc., everywhere with a smile, and because all you can do is you can physically tell to the clients, future potential client, that my smile is beautiful, I'm beautiful, come and work through me instead of the other person, etc. And the client may say yes or no, but it's very superfluous. So it does not lead to a road of where you feel self-satisfied or self-realized. And the other three also, the yoga teachers, the only yoga teachers and healers, if you want to get into it, because a lot of people leave office jobs for these jobs to become a yoga teacher. And I know a lot of tragedies which happened. They were meant to happen, but the husband and wife were making, and then the wife said, no, I don't feel happy in the office jobs. I do office jobs, I know the stress, etc., which is overall there, because there's always going to be a manager, it's always going to be challenging, and you feel empty at the end of the drained, etc. And you think that, oh, I'm going to be like Picasso, because it's the North American fantasy that, oh, if you turn your hobby into work, then you will be happy, like Picasso and all that, and everyone. But there are very few Picassos on the planet. It's like winning a lottery. It's less than winning a lottery. So the point is that our work is our meditation. They are the same. Wherever you are working, you have to see the big picture. Like the lady who was leaving the office job, because office job has got security. And I was explaining to her that by working in Canada, in an office, you're automatically paying 30 to 40% taxes. With that money, the whole society in which we came as immigrants, we are upholding it. It's a good thing. It's pure meditation. By working in the office, one, you're helping society. You're not going into an egoistical trip that I am a healer, I am a seer, I am an enlightened person, I am this, I am that. You are avoiding that, because I know so many people who work as healers, psychotherapists also is the fifth one. And all of them are 99% of them are lost. And I meet them only when they have, like, they can't really express that I'm a psychotherapist and I myself need help. But that's the way it works out. Number of psychotherapists committing suicides in America is huge, is huge. And psychotherapists, yoga teachers, healers, whatever reason, they cannot connect directly with God. So their ego is all the time, I am a yoga teacher. Every time that we say I am, I is the most misleading place. Understand it very, very well. This is one of the biggest confusions in the word of meditation. This is one of the biggest misconceptions and the cause of a lot of misunderstandings in the word of meditation. Even God, I swear, even God gets confused. I'll explain why. When a yoga teacher, I'm again repeating, a Reiki or a healing teacher, a psychotherapist, real estate agent, why is it so dangerous? Why are these jobs so dangerous and less productive than the office jobs? Because in an office job, it's great. It has a bad reputation. I agree. There is going to be a manager and this. It's very struggling. It's a lot of struggle. And also I have seen that in office jobs, people who have been working in the same place for 10 years, 20 years, they're very manipulative, sometimes in a subtle, sometimes in the, so that they maintain their place of work for 20 years working in the Canadian government or 30 years in some place. And I have been laid off after 6 months or 1 year in a lot of places. So I'm always like, but in every place that I go, I learn something. And when I'm kicked off, I have a new skill. So I go and I have blind faith that the next job will be better than the last one because I have learned something. So that's my attitude that I have to. But right now I'm laid off. And I saw that people who had been so ingrained, how easily they can manipulate things so that everything falls on you. And I'm always the fall guy. Like I'm okay being the fall guy. As long as I don't make anyone the fall guy, I'm okay. So I get laid off. But I see the people who have been in office also 10, 20 years, they are also in a swamp, like they are not developing. And I also see that the people who have left office jobs to become yoga teacher, and they are looking, I am enlightened, and now give me $200 for talking with me because my home is so good and all that, and I will make you better and all that. And it doesn't work out because all the people, if they are enlightened, what the F are you doing on the internet? How dare you sell the enlightenment? How dare you? It's not something of this world. In this world, there is money and there is buying and selling. But enlightenment is from a higher plane where there is no selling, no money. To be a healer, to be a yoga teacher, to be any of it, to be a real estate agent, you have to just say one thing to the universe. Universe, use the real I in me as an instrument to spread love, as whatever service. Instead of being a real estate agent thinking, oh, let my photo be of my beautiful smile be on everyone. Instead of a psychotherapist saying, I am going to be looking into the sexual likes and dislikes of everyone, and then I will make them go again and again. Your trauma from the childhood, yes, it was sexually motivated and focused, and that's all that they do. All the psychotherapists said, yes, you had a trauma. It's most probably it's a sexual sexual orientation, some sort of a thing, and you are depressed and stressed, and everyone identifies with that. and everyone, yes, I'm your client, and yes, how did you catch on to that? That my self-esteem is low and my sex drive is like, I didn't want to tell, but it goes all the time. I'm having these thoughts, and the psychotherapist, yes, you are my client, and people keep on. They think that they are the only. It's 99.99999, and I do not know the 0.0001%. So maybe ideally they are there somewhere. So the point is, all these jobs where we look for happiness from the job, I can tell you, not even the porn stars who are doing so much amount of sex that everyone in their head wants to be doing, they are regularly committing suicides also, taking drugs, trying to forget about it because they share the body, and then they never have pleasure because they sold that scenery to someone else also. So any job, if you are totally like, even if you're a sex worker or whatever, and you think, wow, I did it for the benefit of others and it was the only way for me, you're going to be fine. But if you're going to be judging yourself, you're not going to be fine. Now, when we come to this planet, we take over a body, a child's body. We are born in this body, and this body is supposed to be our car. And we start mixing up the car with ourselves. So usually my eye indicates my body, my life, my face, my thoughts, my way of thinking, etc., my family, whatever has happened in my life, whether true or not, it's all over out here. These things are really important for me. And it's called individualism, and it is supposed to be at the heart of capitalism. You are individualistic, you think only of yourself. You are the person who is the foundation of the society, because you think only of yourself and you create jobs for others by manipulating these systems in ways that you are making money. So we get lost into this thing. We start thinking that if someone has made money, if someone has been in some, it really is worthy of respect. Maybe yes, maybe no. Relax, chill. You have to be so strong with meditations that you do any job, the inner you, the real I, is confident. No matter what your boss is, because what can the boss do? Say something, okay, your work was not bad. So what if your work wasn't bad? Is it like ground shaking? No, it's our ego shakes up, and when our ego shakes up, we feel that the ground is shaking, etc., because it's really in the other way. The other boss may well be right also. The other people may be right. In an office, there's going to be a hierarchy, but in the yoga, etc., energy teachers, yoga, psychotherapists, life coaches, all these are things, and real estate agents, these things do not need any skills. So of course anyone can join the bandwagon, and because anyone can join the bandwagon, it's a free for all. So you're not going to be making a lot of money. If someone wants to be a yoga teacher or this, etc., or a real estate agent, it's better to have a really wealthy life partner, someone who sponsors you. Then you can be, because then it's like a hobby. As a hobby, you can enjoy all of these things. But the moment you make it a profession, it becomes a tragedy. In my last time, I had discussed it in the Russian. So, because a lady was actually saying, I have been laid off out of a office job, and I'm not going to. I want to do the psychotherapist and healing because I can do it. And this course is in healing. So I have to really make you understand that what it takes to be a good healer. You really have to. Working with energy, easy. Focusing on the symbols after some time, easy. What is it that will make you into a good healer? What differentiate, or anyone, even with the courses that I have, like this, the fourth, you can sit over out here, imagine chakra, call it Reiki, and you can open shop. And I've seen real-time shops, and even at some place, I was in a garage today, there was a visiting card of some, I'm not going to say, some lady, she was saying chakra balancing, and there is some reading, energy reading, etc., and her business cards are over everywhere, etc. And so she's trying to what we call in the society, and it's a new term, it's called monetizing. So you have some healing skills that you learned, or yoga skills, the art of being one with God, or real estate agent is what, I will help you get better accommodation, not bad, whatever, like I will help you spend your money basically. And psychotherapist is, I will help you again memorize and go over with you your psychotherapy, your traumas, etc. And people feel validated, because now for $20, $40, $60, even $200, someone is going to sit and listen to your traumas. And you think, oh my God, that's so valuable, that's so helpful. Someone actually listened and understood that my parents were so bad, or are so bad, and you complain, and that guy is getting that $20 to $200 to even maybe $600 if you're in New York or something. And you're paying that money for the other person. Now for that amount, that person is, hey, you are a sucker, you are a loser, that you have to pay me. You could even be going to that for anything else, where they would have put, like, you could have gone for a haircut. Maybe that's how I got this head. Anyway, because someone is now paying attention to your body. That's why I sometimes say that the pedicure, manicure, etc. is also a sign of depression, because you're paying someone to be interested in you. The same thing with the yoga teacher, etc., the healer, etc. All of these belong to that category, selling their attention for some money. Whether you get that attention in terms of energy or yoga technique, you get it, or you get it as in terms of oh, I'm going to spend some time on the MLS, the listing system, and get you a better or a house, or help you do this, etc. Or it would be, I'm going to be psychotherapist, I'll listen to your life's traumas. Or it could be a life coach. Yes, I know how to, like, I've seen 18-year-old, 17-year-old life coaches, no experience of life, but they have got that certification which they bought for $500. It works. They have that spreadsheet, and they will say, oh, you should be leading your life better, etc. So all these things are just selling your services, and your ego is getting kicked up. Oh, I am a yoga teacher, my own is so cool. Oh, wow, I'm going to be charging now $35. The energy that is I'm doing healing is so intensive, so life-changing. Now I'm going to be charging $65 an hour. Okay, whatever. So all the sale of your skills is happening, and you have put up a tangible monetary value to it. You have monetized your skill or talent. You have monetized it. I'll tell you a story, real-time story. 1920s was the booming time when they had the jive, jazz was picking up, etc. America was flourishing, the real estate and all the, like, stock market was doing really well till 1918, when depression hit. So the person who wrote about the emptiness of those times, and the only one of the few American writers considered to be a genius, is John Fitzgerald. He wrote The Great Gatsby and East of Eden. And he was recognized that you are a genius. So, but he was drinking and living the high life, etc. So his the sales of his books did not match up with his lifestyle, although he was a rich guy. Yeah, I think he came from a rich family. And he was offered, come to Hollywood. Right now in the 20s, the talkies are coming, so we need people who can write good scripts and dialogues, and you are a genius, you are recognized. So he moved over to Hollywood to make money out of his art of being able to write genius books. The Great Gatsby, every 10-20 years, some director will pick it up and again try to interpret it. It's basically about an American, mysterious American with huge amount of seemingly money, and about whom no one knows anything. So he's mysterious in that way. And then the banality of it, how he tries to avoid coming to terms with himself. No. Okay. So that's an American classic. Fitzgerald moves to Hollywood, enjoys Los Angeles, starts to write for Hollywood. They are paying him now for writing. And his artistic muse dies. He becomes an alcoholic because he doesn't control his characters anymore. The studio wants happy ending, they want these dialogues, they don't want this, etc. He becomes a fully fledged alcoholic who gets sex and alcohol because he's already famous, but he doesn't write anything of value after that. So the moment we take a hobby, like learning yoga or working with energy or this or that, or even psychotherapy, if you're into it, like go for pop psychology or whatever. But the moment you start to try to make money out of it, it impacts your hobby, your life's passion goes down the drain. That's one. So the first thing that happens with our mode of monetizing everything, so that out of everything we can make some money, that that leads to your skills going down. So it's very easy for make you into a healer with even the present ones classes that have, but to become the best, otherwise what's the point? You have to understand the first rule. You are not going to try to monetize. This is divine knowledge that is flowing to you. You are not going to try to learn it, and you're not going to be trying to sell the skill that you are learning. That's the first one only. And sell it in every way, like in any way. You are going to become a healer. You are not going to sell your energy. And I'll explain where the benefit will still come. You're not going to be using it for self-validation. Oh, I am enlightened and the other persons who need my help are less than me. The moment that thought comes up in your mind, your healing skills have gone down. You have to be very, very not lower, but not above the other person also. You can be meeting with a millionaire, billionaire, and they are going to be depressed. And it's going to slightly shake. Wow, with all this money, with all this, even maybe he might be good looking and this guy is totally like suicidal and depressed and doesn't see any value in anything. Because for us, a lot of us struggling in the life, oh, if we had so much money, we would be happy. But the guys who have it all are even more depressed because one, they don't think themselves to be rich, first of all. Very few have got the confidence. Yeah, I'm rich enough to be able to do that. Very, very few. Very few rich people. Rich people will almost always feel inside that they are poor because they are going to be comparing to someone. One of the billionaires current, like nowadays is really bad because millionaires used to be happy and now that we have billionaires, all the millionaires are feeling bad. And the billionaires, do you think, I swear I'm not kidding. I read this, that the billionaires are now in a race to, are in very stressed because they want to be in a race to be who is going to be the first trillion. It's like kids fighting for candies. It's okay. So our perception when you meet as a healer is, you don't put the other person down, but you don't put yourself also down. You never ever put the real you. So you have a few trillion, good for you. You have my blessings. And I want you to have even 10 times more, whatever is that is giving you fun. You have invited me as a healer. Thank you. We are together on the same level as the same divine light. Try to make your personality better. Because the soul doesn't really need any help. So we are going to be playing this game in which I am the healer, I am the yoga teacher, I am the real estate person, whoever, psychiatrist, whichever, like all these skills which don't have any school background requirement. Thank you for letting me play the role that I want to play. And I recognize that you are equally divine as me. Not less, not more. You have your own role, which is of a trillionaire. Now, it's good that a trillionaire has got so many things that other people, oh my God, Rolls Royce or Bentley or whatever. They have that, and you can, yeah, that's good, that's good. That's a high level of comfort, good. But you as the healer going through this class is going to be uber confident. I have the knowledge of Gita. I have the direct channel to my own and to your own divinity. So I'm confident. So what if in the kindergarten in which you are located, you got all A's and you are you got all the candies? It doesn't mean anything to me. I see you as a personality needing help, and I also have a personality. my personality is going to help your personality, so that the soul power in me reaches out with your permission to your heart and starts to do whatever healing or real estate selling or psychotherapy or whatever is required. But we are equal partners, and thank you for using my body, my mind, my intellect, my life as a conduit. You could have got this all from another yoga teacher, another energy teacher. You could have got all of this through someone else. There are millions of yoga teachers and energy healers. There's so many rich, and a lot of energy teachers, etc., maybe even be looking good, etc., because you need a good, these are like prophy things. It's okay for a rich person. My wife, she does healing and this, etc. So the household is not going to be dependent on that $20 an hour thing. That's not the standard charge, sometimes 40, depending upon where and who. So you have to be totally, to become a great healer, you have to go through, to go through and first promise. You are not going to be looking for any sort of profit, emotional profit, psychological profit, monetary profit. Your profit is going to be that of a dancer on a dance floor. The joy of dancing with someone. You could be dancing alone. The joy of dancing with someone equally divine as you, hidden in another body, behind another mind, behind another intellect. So that joy of dancing is your and yours only. And it does not make you see anyone as having less or more. Each one has equal. Everyone has got, hopefully everyone has got like oxygen. So it's like that. You don't say, oh, thank you for oxygen, thank you for it. We take things for granted. So you are not going to become, you are going to be promising that on your way to become a healer, you have to promise not to use your healing, not to use your enlightenment. This is actually yoga, the art of becoming one with the divine. Not to use not to use your life philosophies which you are getting or point of view which you are getting to benefit yourself in terms of the I being your body, ego, which is basically mind, intellect. You don't look at, oh, I want to take this course and become a healer, and then I'll become a parasite. Because I know of people who do this, and I knew from that last call that I had that the person, but the other person, that person just does Om and healing and does astrology by computer. So people bring their life charts and he says, oh, this is, and to everyone the same thing he said. Your self-esteem is weak and your sexual chakras are sort of disbalanced. People, this is given to them, and then people believe, and then they pay the $250 for around 20 minutes. It's a good business. That's not going to be you. Definitely, because the other person could have been, if they had not charged, they could have been huge. But they started charging and they started focusing on the $250 per 20 minutes, and then they ended up nowhere. That's where you get stuck. Well, if you don't look for self-validation, in the World War II, when they were selecting for special missions, the people who would come and say for the test, when the assignment was, sir, I want to go for this assignment, or there's something, think something like the Marines, etc. Think, sir, I want to go for this to become a Marine because I want to prove myself to the world or something. They were always rejected, because you need to have confidence, and then you know that you will just do it. You're not going into it. Maybe I'll be able to become a healer. Maybe not. Maybe yes, maybe not. You're going to become super confident because the knowledge of Gita is going to be ingrained and tattooed in you. That's what gives us the confidence. That the soul is eternal. And it starts off from one end to another, one end to another, one end to another. Life goes on and on. So, since this body keeps on changing, this mind is always changing, the intellect is always evolving, emotions are always going up and down. The one behind these three, the life force, flowing through lives after lives, bodies after bodies. Even in this body, you have had so many bodies. You have the body of a child, the body of a teenager, the teen. So you have had different bodies. Even in this life, I'm not talking about life, death, life, death, life, death, life, death. Even in this life, you have had tons of bodies that are not dead. Dead means gone. You don't have the body of your child anymore, like the child that you were. So even in this, we are always being reborn and dying, dying, reborn, reborn, dying, as people, as selves at every level. But there is an infinity inside us, which is the real I. Even God gets confused, I was saying. And the reason is, we are always praying to God, God, I am in trouble. Okay. My partner is not returning my calls. My boss is being like this, etc. And God is thinking, yeah, but that is with your body and with your life role, which you selected for yourself. I am in trouble. How can that I, which is golden light and deep inside your heart, protected by all your body, mind, intellect, emotion, these are all in reality, anything that covers us is a protection also. That's why they are there. But we started just focusing on the protections, these levels of protection that we have. We started treating that as the real I instead of the passenger, which is deep inside. So when we give a call, we are giving it as a personality. God, I'm in trouble. I need some money. And God is thinking, yeah, but the heart value, the heart which is shining doesn't really need money. So what's wrong? How can that be? When I sent to you this planet, I made sure that each soul was encased in a body, deep in the heart, protected with an emotions, protected with your thoughts, which can turn anything that you are, even if death is coming, if your intellect turns, you can see it as a joke. Your life as a joke and death as a joke, and just not be afraid. So we are all given those tools, but we start living for our tools instead of living for the heart light. And the heart light is the one that can take up, that is always going to be shining and helping others. Whether we realize it or whether we sit in an office job, whether we do a yoga course, whether we do real estate, whether we do, that burning heart light of ours is always going to be radiating love. That is the nature of it. Now, why is it that when this body is so much changing, etc., we feel impacted by the life? So try to understand it very, very. Close your eyes. Energy around it. Deeper. Om Namo Shivaya. So you're not this physical body, you're not this energy. Now, beyond this energy of the aura and the body, in your heart is your emotions, which are like volcanoes, small volcanoes, up and down. Anything you can look at any picture and it can bring up any emotion. You can look at a Or for example, at a paper, no emotions. But this paper has got now picture of Abraham Lincoln. Now it has some, no, that's the president and he stood for truth. And then you see it is drawn in green. Now it's money. Now it's even more important. So the emotions can change, even though the driver was just one piece of paper. But you now take it as first the photograph. And if the photograph happens to be holy, then you can even become, oh, I'm willing to die for this photograph of Jesus or whatever, or any God or anything, Vishnu or anything. So that piece of paper, which is an object, can evoke tons of thoughts and emotions in us. So you go beyond this judgment. You start seeing everything just as a thingy object. You don't care about the emotion that it arises, because we are focusing on things which don't change. The aura changes. The body, as you see behind me, is always changing. The thoughts are always coming and going. Emotions are always coming up and down. And beyond this is a very hard-coded intellect, your likes and dislikes from even previous lives. You like this, you don't like this. You like this sort of person, you don't like that sort of person. So you start to go even beyond that by seeing that everything and everyone is pure energy, the same energy of your heart, reflected in others. Everyone else is just like a mirror, reflecting the same energy that is reflected from your heart. So seeing the same energy from the heart, now you go beyond your likes and dislikes. How can you dislike something if everything is the same? If you are all part of the same tree, how can you say one tree branch is better, one tree leaves are better, or this, etc.? You are part of the same organism. The likes and dislikes of all the leaves is hurting only them. But the understanding that you are the same tree is helping you become free and become fearless, because at a level of leaf, you see yourself, oh, I'm a single leaf. And then now you start saying, oh, no, my roots are so deep. And always the sun is on top of me, blessing me. So you go beyond all these barriers that you have put up on yourself, your protection mechanism. Now this life force, which is deep inside you, shining like a flame, surrounded in blue, called, you can call it the light of Narayana, the name of Vishnu, Narayana, Om Narayana, Om Narayana, Om Narayana. The light of Narayana, the God who is present in everything and everyone. Narayan, 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 Narayan. The God, once more, who is present and which is present in everything and everyone. In the deep part of everything and everyone. The root of the tree of which you and everyone are just leaves. That is Narayana. 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 When your heart is awakened, now look at your body. It is 90% water. Just water, an element. Don't make it blood and this, because then you get emotion. It's just water, an element. It is reduced to your body is just a balloon with water. When you look at a body, you become emotional. I'm good looking, I'm not bad looking, I'm this looking, I'm that, and my body. Now look at your body just as a balloon of water. Where does water come from? Water comes, the running water comes from glaciers, which are cold. So you feel the cold of the glacier inside you, because the water in the glacier and in you is the same, which is of the source. Now the glacier gets the blessing of the sun and melts. Now the H2O of the glacier and the river now which is running is the same. And the river is running along a track which is already laid out. And you're going through different ports and cities on the river. You're seeing different things. You are the water which is running and you see different things. And now in life, you are thinking that, oh, life is happening, life is doing this. But life, all these ports and incidents and people, they are in the same place. You are the water running through and seeing these are in a fast, in what you think is time. So time is in the same place, space is in the same place. You are the water, the one which in glacier was stuck on the hilltop, melts and becomes your life running, and you think around you and you think that things are moving, but it's actually you which is moving. The water is already there, but your force of life is making you think that, oh, everything is changing so fast. No, nothing is changing. You are changing. So you go through different cities, different incidents. When you had this body, when you had that body, all these bodies of the past. And when you reach the ocean, when you're living, everyone wants stability. Oh, I want to have this job till the end of the life. I want this relationship to be till the end of the job. I want this money to be till the end of the life. Everything is like forever you want. All sorts of happiness forever. So the moment the river dies and joins the ocean, which is yoga, the ocean on the surface may have disturbances, has got waves, your different lives, but underneath, the ocean is the most calm of all places. Underneath the surface of the waves. So you now become one with the ocean's calmness. And then you become bored with the calmness. You want to learn something. So you come to the surface. As water, you are everywhere. As a wave, you are everywhere and nowhere. And now you come up, and on the surface, again the same sun makes your molecules so intensively moving, gives you so much amount of love energy from God that you change your nature and you escape being a water and you become a cloud, a free cloud, a spiritual cloud. And you take a look at the ocean, you take a look at the sun, and you are free and happy of all your past experiences, and you see your life as a river. And you now understand, oh, I was running through these things, not life was happening to me, I was happening to life. Life was not happening to me, I was happening to life. Life is all those ports and all those cities, and you were running through them, and you ran through them. And while at the same time, you were always connected to the glacier at one end, at the other end with the ocean. So now you become free of all this and you become an enlightened spiritual being, because you can see the sun above and you can see the course of your life as a river below, and you can see the calmness of the sun, and you can see the coolness of the glacier. Glacier is also very calm, moving 1.5 centimeter per year. All these things is you only. The water in the glacier is H2O. The water in the river is H2O. The water in the sea is H2O. The water which becomes the cloud is also H2O. Just different ways of thinking and energy of the soul. And the sun is always giving you enough energy from above. So now as a cloud, you again want to go through another course of life. You again want to feel the joy of the life, running on the planet, going through different things and places, going through, and you are organizing your life. I don't want a smooth life. I don't learn anything. I am going to be born without all the attributes that people think of being as happy. I don't want any ego gratification. I don't want so much amount of money, just comfortable. I don't want so much amount of even looks, etc. I want all the challenges, because that's what makes life interesting. And office life is hugely challenging. So whatever you choose. And so is all the lives. But once you become aware of it, and you choose your life pattern, because they're different rivers, they're different, and you do not want to go for the easiest course, because that's for kids. That's for souls who are just born. You are a mature soul. You have to prove to the universe, which is you again, You have to go through a tough life, because only having a tough life makes it worth it. The life of comfort is laughable. You can come back from the cloud as ice on the glacier. You can come back as rain, pour down, and again start up as a river, going through different incidents, some of which are very challenging. But now you know that these incidents are not going to be forever, because you're going to run through them. They are not impacting you. You are impacting these incidents. You are running through time while time is there. And always at one end, you are the frozen, cool glacier. At the other end, you are calm. And only in between you are running. And sometimes you get stressed with the port or the city that you see from your as a river. But it passes. It passes. Emotions keep on rising and going down. That's up to your intellect. But everything, all the incidents in your life, you see them as a river. They are the same place where they were in your memories, but you have evolved. So from now, you are going to be working with yourself at a level of element. Your body, don't care for it so much. Like, take care of it, but don't focus on, because if that leads to an ego kick. Your thoughts and the people's reputation, what people think of you, etc. It's also your reputation can become a big barrier to your healing powers. Because if you're so much, oh, my reputation is this, and this person should respect me or love me, etc. So as a healer, you have to laugh and be equanimous whether people love you or hate you, whether people give you money or they don't give you money, whether people support you or they don't support you. You are a healer, whether you take up the profession of a yoga teacher, whether you take up an energy healer, whether you become an office guy, whether you become real estate, whether you become a clerk, whether you become a president, doesn't matter. As long as you live your life honestly, working for others. It doesn't matter whether you change only your life or the life of only your partner with your healing, or only of your pet, or of the whole society, or of the whole universe. That's just a number game. You have to get out of that number game. Only then you can be, as long as you are going to be having some expectation of profiting from your healing and energy and yoga, you're going to be a very, very small person. And the moment you stop all this monetization, etc., and become a pure instrument in the hands of the universe, oh God, let my thinking, let my life story, let my body, let my way, my intellect not get in the way, not get in the way. Just let me be a pure instrument of spreading angel love. Thank you. Thank you. You have to promise, I am not going to be profiting or asking for profit from my healing sessions, neither in terms of ego gratification, neither in terms of sex or self-gratification, neither in terms of any sort of profit, except being ready even to pay for to be a healer. Have it the other way. Have gratitude to the other person. Thank you for accepting my services. Thank you. I'm willing to pay you. Because money doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a symbol of me showing gratitude. I'm willing to pay. Then you can become a healer. Then you can become an energy teacher. Then you can become a yoga teacher. Then you can take up any professional life as an instrument of the higher self, spreading love in whichever way. If you are a real estate agent, then you don't say, oh, I'm looking at my commission. You say, yes, I will try my best to get you a better house or living comfort so that you can evolve much more beautifully than I can afford to, let's say, on a material basis. You bless and you try to have that. And maybe you will make money, maybe not, probably yes. If you are a yoga, you say, oh, thank you for accepting me, the weak person, as a yoga teacher, so that you support my image of that I know something more than you. You're supporting my image, and that's helping me survive on the planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that I'm weaker than you. Healing also, you have to be able to say the same thing. Oh, thank you for seeing that I needed help to play the role of a healer so that I can feel good about myself. I haven't felt so good about myself lately. So by accepting your healing powers flowing through me and making me play the part of healer, thank you. Go deep inside your heart where everything is connected and everything else is dynamic, and this is the same. Another name for God in the Hindu scripts is the unchanging. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Just feel the vibration. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan is one of the old names of Vishnu, the creator God, or rather the preserver God, or rather the creator of the creator. The creator is considered to be Brahma. Narayan, Narayan. Just let your heart palpitate, pulse with Narayan, Narayan. You can open your eyes and look at my hands. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. And send healing to yourself first. So that when you start to work, holding hands together, Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Narayan, Narayan. Now, you're going to be paired up and you're going to be sending love to the other person. Julia and Dula are going to be sending love to each other, even Jean and Galina, Marina and Preeti. So as you send love, you become the receiver also. Rita and Catherine, Aksana and Morgan, Boris and Heather, Ankit and Shahla, Zarina and Vera. Narayan, Narayan. In the center of your heart, feel the vibration. Narayan, Narayan. Feel your heart opening and closing. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. In the deepest part of your heart, the golden light surrounded by blue light is the light of Narayan. Narayan. And you learn to recognize and see it in everything and everyone, so that there is no more any hierarchy. I am different than you. I am the teacher. I am the energy healer. I am the life coach. I am the real estate person. I am this person. I am the manager. This. You serve everyone unconditionally, and you serve with gratitude. You serve with gratitude. Whatever you are doing, you are serving the universe. But when you become cognizant of it, you become aware, then your powers develop. So that you say, from now on, I'm going to be a total healer. But the first person that you heal is yourself, so that you have no more traumas of the past. Why does psychotherapy not work? Why does yoga not work? Why do all these healing and all these things don't work? Because they are located, they are focused on the past. This has happened, that has happened, my body has this role, that. But you are now becoming pure enlightenment energy, that in you, deep inside, is the same energy as the same energy deep inside myself. We are all spiritually connected and one. Our differences are only on the material world. Bodies are different, okay. Thinking is different, okay. Enjoy those differences in the world, but do not create a hierarchy that your life is better, that life is better, this is good, this is bad, that poor millionaire is doing better, that person is somewhere is that. Have sympathy and empathy for everyone who does not have spiritual knowledge that makes you strong enough to have a smiling heart. So as a healer, your heart has got to be always smiling. And then from your smiling heart, you share the laughter inside you as energy. You have a smiling heart, you share the smiling, laughing energy of the universe with everything and everyone. Unconditionally. No thought about ever about, I will make a profit, I will look good, I will have more sex, I will have more money, I will have a better reputation, my social life will be better, people will surround me, people will look at me, I will do Om, I will be the teacher, everyone will be this, etc. You will be the unknown teacher. Narayan, 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 Narayan. Totally absorbed in Narayan power deep in your heart. You don't care for those things. If they come, good. If they don't come, super good. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Sending love, now the smile and the laughter from your heart to the other person. You can do it once more in 3 ways. Visualize the other person, even if you don't know, as having a smile with a laughing heart. 1. Offer to them your Narayan, Om Namo Shiva, Amin, whichever you like. Prayer from your heart. Narayan. Offer it to them as flowers. 2nd way. 3rd, in your head, bow down your head. In the deepest part of your heart, see yourself as a mini-me. See yourself bowing your head in front of the other person, recognizing the greatness, the divinity of the other people in your life, all your teachers, especially the people who have hurt you, of all your partners who have hurt you, of everyone on your planet. You offer to them your Narayan. And you can ask for forgiveness, that I did not see you as the power of Narayan earlier. Now I see. I wanted to be a healer of you, but now I see that I needed healing. And you share all the yoga teachings, all the Narayan power with them. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Keep on sending love, and I'm going to read in Sanskrit. This is the 13th stanza of the 2nd chapter. Dehino asminnatnyatha dehe kumar yovanjara tatha dehantar prapti dhir sats namodati. Just as in the body, the embodied soul passes into childhood, youth, and old age, so also does he pass into another body. The firm man does not grieve. Narayan, Narayan. May you become aware, fully aware of the Narayan power in you, deep in your heart, binding everything and everyone, enabling you to see your whole life, past, present, and future, as cities built by the river, which is your life, which is you running. You are the dynamic one. changing bodies, your thoughts, emotions, with an infinite calmness and love as passenger on this boat traveling on this river. You are the glacier, cool. You are the calm ocean. And you can reach these levels just by remembering yourself that the physical body is just a balloon of water. You were once a glacier, but you are even now connected as a glacier. So you reach out and you connect and become that. You reach out to the ocean, you become the ocean. You reach out to the clouds and see yourself flying above the planet. You see the God as deep inside yourself, as well as the sun shining above you, above the glacier, turning the glacier into water, turning the water, leading the water to ocean, making the ocean again a cloud, all the time blessing of the sun and love. Narayana. And then coming back to this planet is your rebirth and reincarnation again and again. So in this birth, with the knowledge of Narayan, be confident and serve the people in any way you can, in any job you can. Now you can work in any job without a need. I'm not looking for profit, but only to serve. As whatever role you want to take, whatever works out, but don't have this. As long as you don't have a monetizing plan in terms of profit, in terms of ego aggrandization, body pleasure, material profit, reputation in the eyes of the others, the attention that people pay when they would be listening to you. Don't care for any of it. And then you are free. Narayan, Narayan. Om Bhurvusah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayam. May the vibrations of the gong remove all your past, present, and future insecurities so that you can serve in any role unconditionally without looking for any monetization in any terms of respect, material, profiting. Just joyous that you are a part of this joke, which is the universe. Om Namah Shivaya, Vera. Om Namah Shivaya, Jarina. Om Namah Shivaya, Shala. Om Namah Shivaya, Ankit. Om Namah Shivaya, Hetu. Om Namah Shivaya, Boris. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Preeti. Om Namah Shivaya, Dula. Om Namah Shivaya, Marina. Om Namah Shivaya, Kalia. Om Namah Shivaya, Jean. Om Namah Shivaya, Julia. The vibrations are a prayer, so they reach across time, space, and clean you up. As long as the heart is shining brightly and smiling, you have no pain, no fear, no anger, totally confident of whatever will happen, you can serve the universe. And you can initiate your angels by asking, you want to serve unconditionally. If you want to do that as a healer, you're allowed to. If you want to do that as any role, you're allowed to. So that there is no ego which is stopping you from becoming great.